Never Split the Difference, Negotiating as If Your Life Depended on It, is a book by former FBI hostage negotiator, Voss. The book provides practical and actionable advice on how to become a more effective negotiator in both personal and professional situations. The author provides real-life examples and case studies to illustrate the concepts discussed in the book, and provides practical tips and techniques for negotiators of all levels. Here is a list of the techniques shared by the author. 1. Empathy and active listening. 2. Understanding the other person's perspective. 3. Creating win-win outcomes. 4. Language and nonverbal communication. 5. Calibrated questions. 6. Labeling. 7. Mirroring. 1. Empathy and active listening. The author emphasizes the importance of empathy and active listening in negotiations. To practice active listening, you can use techniques such as repeating back what you've heard and asking open-ended questions to gather more information. 2. Understanding the other person's perspective. The author stresses the importance of understanding the other person's point of view, and the need to be flexible and adaptable in negotiations. In order to achieve this, one can use open-ended questions. These are questions that cannot be answered with a simple yes or no. They encourage the other person to share their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Examples of open-ended questions include, "Can you tell me more about that?" and "How do you see this playing out?" 3. Creating win-win outcomes. He teaches how to find common ground and create mutually beneficial solutions. Finding common ground refers to identifying areas of agreement between the parties involved in a negotiation. He further breaks down the 4 steps for finding common ground. A. Understand the other person's interests. The first step to creating a win-win situation is to understand what the other person wants and what their underlying interests are. B. Identify shared interests. Once you have a clear understanding of the other person's interests, you can begin to identify areas of shared interest. This may involve finding common ground or exploring ways to find mutually beneficial solutions. C. Explore creative options. With a clear understanding of the other person's interests and areas of shared interest, you can begin to explore creative options for a mutually beneficial solution. This may involve brainstorming, problem solving, or coming up with new ideas. D. Negotiate. With a range of options on the table, you can begin to negotiate to find a solution that works for both parties. This may involve compromising, trading, or finding a new solution that addresses both parties' interests. 4. Language and nonverbal communication. The way we use language and nonverbal cues can greatly impact the outcome of a negotiation. For example, using "we" instead of "I" can help to create a sense of collaboration, while avoiding negative words like "no" can help to keep the conversation positive. Nonverbal cues such as eye contact, posture, and tone of voice can also have a big impact. 5. Calibrated questions. Calibrated questions are questions that are specifically designed to gather information and build rapport with the other person. Examples include, "What's important about that?" and "How do you see this impacting you?" 6. Labeling. Labeling involves acknowledging and summarizing the other person's feelings and emotions in a non-judgmental way. For example, if the other person is angry, you might say, "It sounds like you're feeling frustrated." Labeling helps to validate the other person's feelings and build rapport. 7. Mirroring. Mirroring is a technique that involves repeating back key words or phrases that the other person has said in order to show understanding and build rapport. For example, if the other person says, "I need this done as soon as possible," you might say, "As soon as possible." Mirroring helps to demonstrate that you are actively listening and focused on finding a solution that meets the other person's needs. Here are some examples from Never Split the Difference by Voss. 1. Hostage negotiation. The author provides several examples from his experience as an FBI hostage negotiator, demonstrating how he applied the principles of active listening, empathy, and nonverbal communication in real-life situations. 2. Car negotiation. The author provides an example of negotiating the purchase of a car, demonstrating how to use calibrated questions, labeling, and mirroring to gather information, build rapport, and influence the salesperson. 3. Salary negotiation. The author provides an example of negotiating a salary raise, demonstrating how to use active listening skills, empathy, and calibrated questions to understand the employer's perspective and find a mutually beneficial solution. 4. Divorce negotiation. The author provides an example of negotiating a divorce settlement, demonstrating how to use empathy, labeling, and win-win thinking to reach a mutually beneficial agreement. We are them guys at Wisdom Slice. We love sharing the distilled wisdom that is out there in the world and making it accessible for everyone. And in the words of Southern hip-hop artist Chamomile, we're hoping you're gonna catch us riding nerdy, trying to catch us riding nerdy, trying to catch us riding nerdy. Peace out and much love. Please go ahead and select your next book summary.